talk to and hear from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's daughter, Samia Nkrumah. I'm sure you've heard her during the day, but this is a different angle. She believes that the debate about who played a key role of the formation of the country is needless. Like I was saying, she's telling Joy News that the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah himself, who is her father, will not be pleased with the manner in which different political traditions seem to have their own way of telling the story of Ghana's history. She believes also that what will be most beneficial for Ghana and Africa is the promotion of the ideas of Nkrumah.
I think this whole debate is very unproductive. And I just imagine that if Kwame Nkrumah was looking down at us, the last thing he would want to see is the nation divided over this matter. Of course, we all have our own views, but I would invite everyone to consult the historical facts and records. They've been documented by Ghanaians and non-Ghanaians as well. The 3 elections before independence, 51, 54, 55, the independence motion at the National Assembly, the plebiscite, Transvolta, the attempt to unify successfully, thank God, the nation, the 4 territories into one, the whole nation building exercise, you know, from the Akosombo Dam for power generation to free and compulsory education from primary to university level with free textbooks, the economic planning, the hundreds of factories to make us an industrialized, self-sufficient nation, the ownership of our resources, the moves towards owning our national production, our imports, our gold and foreign currency reserves, all that laying the foundation for an economically independent nation. Everybody will be able to understand what role each figure played and the foundational role that Kwame Nkrumah played. But having said that, I don't want our young people especially to be bogged down with this debate. What I rather want, and that is what we are doing today, is that let us focus on Kwame Nkrumah's ideas and policies. Let us read the man's own words. You might agree or disagree with him, but they are powerful. They are empowering. Did you know that he gave us a philosophy and an ideology? Philosophical conscientism. He gave us an African-born independent philosophy. I don't understand why universities and philosophy departments here are not reading conscientism, debate. You can disagree or agree with him, but read him. As an African, as a black man, it's impossible to miss the powerful message contained in his writings.
She is also of the opinion that the opposition National Democratic Congress is only advocating the maintenance of September 21 as Founders' Day to score political points. One of the questions that had been put into Fred Agbejo.
We have a mission, a task at hand today, and that is to gain our economic independence. So if we don't understand what fueled that nationalist, Pan-Africanist spirit to make us conquer colonialism, we won't be able to understand how to defeat exploitation and poverty today, you see? Yeah. But having said that, I want people to read the history and come to their own conclusion, rather than us be tearing ourselves apart over this. Because what is the use of shouting, founder, founder, and go and implement policies that are contrary to the man's ideas? Divestiture of state assets. Under the NDC, that act was put forward, or passed rather. Sale and privatization of state assets, sometimes selling them to ourselves unproductively. That cannot be an Nkrumah's policy. Putting your hands under, putting yourself under the dictates of the IMF, submitting your people to hardship. You have to come to the conclusion that they are doing it for political gain, for cheap political gain. scoring political points, not because they believe in the man's policies. Because if they believed in the man's policies, why didn't they implement them? So let us cut through the hypocrisy, yeah, and go to the heart of the matter. When are we going to revisit Nkrumah's policies and implement them? Adapting them, rather, of course, to today's changing circumstances. You know, as we speak now, our 1992 Constitution, look at the indemnity clause. It is upholding military decrees, including the military decrees that were enacted after the illegal overthrow in 1966. They are actually upholding decrees that criminalize Kwame Nkrumah. Nobody protested. The decree that renamed our international gateway, our airports, after one of the coup leaders that toppled the independent government of Kwame Nkrumah, it's legal, it's in law, constitutional. You criminalize Nkrumah, nobody protests. You change the name of the airport. Over the years, you have a chance of renaming it again. Nobody protests. You implement policies that, from an Nkrumah's point of view, are contrary to the welfare of the people. Nobody protests. And you come to Founders Day and you are saying you are an Nkrumahist. You are an Nkrumahist by the policies you implement, not by what comes out of your mouth.